as I usually say, they start Havers in the midfield. Once they start Havers in the midfield, they are starting looking bad.
This particular match, game week 9, Chelsea, Arsenal. And it's good. I have 2 Chelsea fans and 2 Arsenal fans. So balanced. Arsenal, they are second, 20 points, same with Tottenham. And Chelsea, 11 over 11 points. 11th on the table. But then, when it's Chelsea, Arsenal, you never can tell. So I'm going to start with the home things. Ahmed, I'm going to start with you. Chelsea, Arsenal. How confident are you for that game?
In terms of confidence, I will tell you I'm at 20% now. I'm just being fair. Forget banter aside. I would say we'll beat them 4-1. But when it comes to reality on ground, there's actually no department where I think Chelsea will have an edge over Arsenal. If it's the midfield, if it's the attack, if it's the defense, if it is how they play, and to think you have Enzo and Caicedo battling against Declan Rice and Partey, and Enzo, Caicedo, Gallagher battling against Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. It's a bit of a mismatch. The last time I saw this kind of thing was the Unbeatables in 2003, where Arsenal was just like better than Chelsea in every department. So I think it's reminiscent of those times. I would say Chelsea cannot beat Arsenal. Only Arsenal can lose to Chelsea. That is when Arsenal does their thing and decides to lose to Chelsea. Otherwise, it's a very big mismatch this current season. I don't see anything happening. I see maybe if Arsenal draw this game, they should count it as a loss. But I think they should win at least 2-0. But on the banter side, I still maintain Chelsea will beat them 4-1, regardless of the reality on the ground.
It is a definite win for Arsenal. I don't see Chelsea even putting in 1 goal in this match. The positions on the table speak for themselves. Arsenal is at tie with Tottenham at first position. Chelsea is struggling at 11. So I'm looking at Arsenal going to pick 3 points from Stamford Bridge. We'll definitely bring that bridge down. It's a short thing. You can take it to the bank and withdraw anything you want to withdraw. So,
I hate to say I'm agreeing with you today. It's painful that I'm agreeing with you.
Lady Vance, it is not a tough match. No, I don't agree. So I think the results at the end of full time will speak well.
Just to address that Enzo issue, I don't know if any of you can, maybe if you call Mendieta when he was in Valencia, he was like one of the best midfielders in the world. But a transfer to Lazio basically ended his career. That's from there, his career just went down. So it happens to players. What I feel is the Arsenal midfield is currently too powerful, and Enzo has limited influence. And I don't know why he's giving excuse after 8 months in the midfield. We have seen midfielders come in and adapt far less. Maybe Premier League is not his calling. That's why I see Enzo, honestly. But I don't see him, unless he has a Liverpool, like the way he played against Liverpool, unless he has one such day. But I feel Caicedo will have to do triple work on that day because he's facing Partey, facing Rice, or maybe Jorginho or Odegaard. So that's where I think the problem will come. And even on the wings, I think Levi Colwill can do a decent job on Saka, but who is going to mark Martinelli? Gusto? That's another thing.
I think Malo Gusto is a very good 1v1 defender, even compared to Reece James. But don't be surprised if Poch goes ahead to start Cucurella there again. Poch doesn't like to change his team.
That's what
said There is every possibility that Chelsea will be 0, then Arsenal 1 or 2. I think. Hey, Chelsea fans,
it's a London derby. I think when it comes to London derbies, I think it will be very difficult for you to just pay attention to stats and recent results. I think when it comes to derbies, anything is possible. So, honestly, Arsenal could even lose the game. Don't be surprised.
Yeah.
Well, that is possible. I will agree with you because I know one funny thing about Poch. Poch teams usually win on matches you expect them to lose, and he usually gives 3 points to who you never expect. Imagine the way we started the season against Liverpool, only to go and play nonsense the next 3 matches. It's typical Poch for you.
Yeah, this person said one person good there in the middle is Enzo. White Jackson is another thing else. Even Casedo will always walk around. Okay, another Chelsea fan. Okay, Ahmed, he said Arsenal will do it.
Player I've seen in recent history.
Is that what you said, Ahmed? You said your prediction, Arsenal to win, right?
Yes, I expect Arsenal to win. Anything less than a win is a loss for Arsenal.
Okay. So let me go to the second Chelsea fan. Ekene, what do you think?
Well, as you can see, the match is a London derby to start with, and these kind of matches, there are a lot of passion that are involved in the game. For me, I rarely predict. It's difficult to predict derbies in England. You could see last season, 2 seasons ago, for a while, you would think Man City was going to walk over Manchester United, but Manchester United end up winning the game against all odds. Same thing happens in the London derbies. I could still recall, I think 2015, that was Mourinho's second year in charge, in his second stint. Chelsea were 15th in the table, or 16th. Arsenal were in the top half, only for Arsenal to come and lose to Chelsea at their home ground. Arsenal were hot at that point in time. See, this is a London derby. It's at Stamford Bridge. Yes, I know that for a while now, Stamford Bridge hasn't been a fortress. It is. But I'm going to find it difficult to bet against Chelsea getting something from that game. I think Chelsea are on a momentum. They have won 3 straight matches. Brighton, Fulham, and Burnley. Brighton was home. The other 2 are away matches. And I feel like Poch has started finding the right team to play. Because since he twisted that midfield, because before it was Enzo forward, Caicedo, Gallagher sitting. But since he twisted it, pushing the other 2, that is Enzo Caicedo at the base, then moving Gallagher forward, I think the midfield has had a balance. The Chelsea front line is clicking. If Sterling has a very great game on Sunday, I can see him causing havoc from the wing. And thinking about who could mark any player in any match, come on, this is a derby. If everybody plays to their hearts, you will see that they're going to get a result. But at the end of the day, Arsenal is the hottest team in England right now, even hotter than Manchester City, to be honest. Because last season, I think they threw away the league. Arsenal really threw away the league last season. So
this is what we must never forget.
Yeah,
Arsenal will always be Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal threw away the league last season. Manchester City were good last season, but I feel like throughout the run of the season, Arsenal was the better team. So they just came to the decisive moments and they lost out. So I think, yes, Arsenal, they are going to have a very good game. Unless, as I usually say, they start Havertz in the midfield. Once they start Havertz in the midfield, they are starting looking bad. So I predict Arsenal to win the game.
By the way, Chelsea product.
I mean, they pushed him to Arsenal now.
Not a Chelsea product. He's not a Chelsea product, actually. But let's just say he played for Chelsea 3 years, right? But he won important trophies at Chelsea. But us Chelsea fans, we know how frustrated we are with him every season. So, but that's a story for another day.
Same person that scored the winning goal in the Champions League.
As you can imagine.
Let me tell you something. Anybody can score a Champions League final goal. Anybody can score a Champions League final goal. doesn't mean that he's the best player in the game.
The way he made Ruben Diaz sit on the floor and tipped the ball over Ederson. How many strikers?
And they were singing all praises of him then.
You know,
he did not actually sit. He did not actually sit. Who do you call it? Diaz on the floor. He actually didn't. You understand? That pass for Mount was immaculate, to be honest. Havertz finished the goal very well. The truth here is, Tuchel actually won that Champions League because this was the same team Lampard struggled with.
Look, you are explaining to fans that have never had that feeling. So just don't worry, they won't understand. They won't understand.
Oh my God!
They won't understand. We had that feeling twice.
This is wicked.
The closer they came to it was Scott Campbell giving them a lead. They were champions for like 70 minutes or so before
they lost it
all the wrongdoings of the officials. That Belletti goal was offside. Let's not digress. Let's focus.
We know, we understand. But what I normally tell Arsenal fans is, Arsenal may win on Sunday, very good. But once you start battering with Arsenal, one Chelsea, I just tell you, no problem. Forget about the Champions League trophies. Just drop Europa League trophies on the table. Let's argue with those ones. You know, so that's just it.
Dampo Vieira says, see the confidence. Hey, you go fear Chelsea fans though. When it comes to certain teams, fear they always catch me. No matter how poor man you is a Chelsea or Liverpool Spurs, when they play Arsenal, them bones will come strong. Okay? And okay, now Chelsea fans, they've bantered Arsenal fans. So I'm going to go to the Arsenal fans now. Okay, what do you think now? You can see their mouth is sharp.
Yeah, and I don't blame them because, you know, there was an era in the Premier League where, even under Arsene Wenger, there was an era in the Premier League where Chelsea would always get a victory over Arsenal, irrespective of what was going on with them. Didier Drogba was a terror. Absolute nightmare, you know. I had several dreams about him.
Don't forget, in addendum, we eliminated the unbeatables from the Champions League. I just want to remind you that when Arsenal were unbeatable in the league, we met them in the Champions League and eliminated them.
Yeah, so, you know, it's one of, I think it's the most difficult London derby. You know, Arsenal versus Chelsea, and it's the most important one at the end of the day. But recent stats, you know, starting from 2020 to be precise, the favour has been in Arsenal's way. Even in the FA Cup final, where Arsenal, you know, toppled Chelsea to get the FA Cup trophy, Arteta's first trophy with Arsenal. And in league games as well, in recent times, Arsenal have been on top. So, most importantly, this season, Arsenal has been the better team. Excuse me. However, Chelsea has found rhythm. Raheem Sterling seems to have come to the party. Amando Broja is back to full fitness. You have Nicholas Jackson, who is trying to make a name for himself. Cole Palmer finally has started playing games from the jump for Chelsea, and you can see that he's very influential. And he's someone that can do Chelsea and their attack has a lot of good. Mikhailo Mudryk seems to be renewed with confidence, you know. And then he got a good goal as well for Ukraine during this international break. So Chelsea will come as a threat. On paper, maybe minus Gallagher, Enzo and Caicedo, I think they are worthy opponents for the likes of Odegaard, Rice and Partey, if you ask me. So it's going to be a difficult game, no doubt about that. Assuming Cole Palmer was probably going to play as the number 10 instead of Gallagher, you could then say maybe they could go 2-2 on paper, arguably. But at the end of the day, I'm very confident of an Arsenal win, even though I know it's going to be an explosive derby. Arsenal have a lot to prove. Last season was difficult when it seems like when it got to the tail end, they were not able to nick it in the bud. But I want to believe that there's renewed mentality in this Arsenal team, and they are different, and they want to win, and they want to be ruthless at winning. And beginning of the season, you could see that Arteta was tinkering with the squad, trying to send messages to certain players to step up their game. And I think there's some sort of balance in this Arsenal team right now. So I think it's going to be an Arsenal victory. It's not going to be comfortable, but it will only be comfortable if Arsenal gets on the get-go from the first whistle. So hopefully Arsenal turn up from the first whistle. But I believe they will concede a goal, at least one goal. So I think I would go with a similar prediction to one of the comments from the viewers. which is Chelsea 1, Arsenal 3.
Don't worry, I'm coming to predictions. So, Lex, what do you think?
Well, for me, like I said, and I'll maintain, Arsenal will walk away with 3 points from Stamford Bridge. It's not about confidence alone. It's about the mentality of the team as a whole. They've been winning games. The worst they walk off with is a draw. Maybe you could call exceptions like the match against Lens, Champions League. But other than that, it has been win or draw for Arsenal. So I don't see anything happening outside the norm in this instance. Arsenal is definitely going to take away 3 points from Chelsea. I don't see Chelsea netting even a single goal in that match. Maybe I stand to be confident on Saturday, but that's the kind of confidence I have going into this match. It's a win for Arsenal, straight win.
Okay.
So
Okay.
0-0-2.
Okay.